And on this episode of The Wrong Casting, and we all know it, we have this from comic How to Train Your Dragon. Astrid actress Nico Parker responds to casting backlash. Now, it's amazing. There's a picture at Universal Studios with Nico Parker next to the How to Train Your Dragon, I guess, attraction or something like that, and the cast member looks exactly like Astrid is. So they got that right. They got the person that works at Universal Studios standing next to an animatronic dragon. They got her done perfectly. But the multi-$100 million plus movie, you couldn't bother to get that right. She's quoted in saying, "But for the people that just hate inclusivity, lady, we don't hate inclusivity. We think you look stupid. Because How to Train Your Dragon, it was a perfect movie. And the actor that plays Hiccup, I forgot his name though, I saw an interview with him. He seems like one of the most humblest guys out there. He was excited. I saw it was a video of him. I think he was on a Zoom call with the director of the movie where they told him that he got the role. He was so excited. He told his mom about it. There were quotes from him saying that he's always looked up to Hiccup as a kid. He loves the underdog about him. He loves everything about him. This was his absolute dream role. Then you got Nico Parker, who might have been a year ago. Okay, I made a video about as soon as I casted her, and she was talking about how much fun she had filming this movie. And if it doesn't do well, it's okay because she had so much fun. Here's the clip of my video from probably about a year ago of her quote.
I think it'll be wonderful. And if it isn't, I'm having a wonderful time making it anyway. Says that. Hey, if it's dog shit, it's whatever. I'm having a great time doing it.
Does that sound like someone who gives a damn about their product? I told you the actor that played Hiccup. Humble, excited, happy, loved the character. Nico Parker. She's just there to have fun. She was in The Last of Us. She was Joel's daughter, who was also white in the game, and they decided let's just. You know what the funny thing is? She's like the whitest black girl out there, which is so weird because you could have just given her a blonde wig, and I don't think anyone really would have batted an eye. It's like, why would you get her and make her a brunette? It just seems like the oddest thing, but here's her quote. But for the people that just hate inclusivity, hate change when it comes to that side of things, I just don't care. Does that sound like the words of someone that you want to see succeed in this industry? Granted, she's the co-star of it. They got Hiccup rights. He looks very much like the character. He seems, again, like I said before, very like a nice human being that you want to root for. But oh no, 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 no. Nico Parker. Diversity hire. That's all she is. And she's going to play the diversity card for the rest of her career. And that's all she's going to be. It's amazing. It was, oh god, what was her name? Amanda Steinfeld? Apparently, she has like a Jewish last name, but never really understood that. The chick from The Acolyte. The main chick in that, okay? I saw the movie Dear Evan Hansen. She was such a very, such a great character in that. She was such a great actress. Didn't know she was a singer at all. I saw her in that incredibly cringy music video she made. I didn't know she was actually a singer though, but yeah, Dear Evan Hansen, she knocked that role out of the park. And I saw that, I'm like, how did she go from this to The Acolyte? And then just went full, I don't know, torpedo my own career by constantly talking about gender, race, and sexuality. It's like, what happens to these people? They just one day get casted in something big and say, you know what? I'm really not that great. So I'm just going to make the universe, I don't know, either sympathize with me or build up all this hate. So then these shills will come out here and just overly defend me and have to go run to see my products because they don't want to be called a racist or a phobe or anything like that. Is that what happens in Hollywood when you have barely any talent and your stardom is just hanging on by a thread? You realize that in order for me to succeed, I have to go down the DEI bullcrap method and just, become an activist, which, doesn't really work out. No one cares about these people. No one has fan casted Amanda Steinfeld Steinberg in anything. After the Acolyte, what's she possibly going to be? She's going to be in a bunch of probably low budget crap that you've never heard of or you're never going to see. Or she's going to be side characters in something. She was in Star Wars. Not just the main character. She was the main good guy and the main bad one, too. She played two dual roles. You would think afterwards that's just like the role of a lifetime that would set you up forever. What did it do? She torpedoed everything on purpose. Now we get Nico Parker, who's just the angry black girl in this movie. That she's just having these quotes of, what was it? I just don't care. Let me finish off the rest of the quote before we say how I would have handled this. If I wouldn't value your opinion on most things in life, I can't value your opinion on my hair. If I did, I would go mad. Who is guiding these people? Who is going out there and say, you know what, you're going to do an interview? I think this interview was with the New York Times of all places. It's like, you know what, you're going to do a big publication. You're going to go out there and you're going to start a fight with the internet. You're going to go out there alongside with your coworker, who said nothing but glowing things about the character Hiccup and How to Train Your Dragon and seems like a genuinely good human being. You're going to do the opposite because you're the side character. And usually the side character doesn't torpedo the movie. It's usually the main character. That's what we're seeing here. We are seeing Nico Parker, her evolution before our eyes. She is going to do nothing after this except complain and race bait her way into roles, and no one's going to see this crap. Amazing. Here's how I would have handled this, okay? I would have said, How to Train Your Dragon was one of my favorite movies growing up. When I saw the casting call for the role of Astrid, I jumped on it because it was one of my favorite movies, and if I have the opportunity to be in that movie and play that role, it's something I will cherish forever. And yes, I may not look like how you would imagine Astrid to look in live action, but I'm going to knock the hell out of this role, and I'm going to do everything in my power to do my absolute best. Something like that I would have said. Imagine if she would have came out and just been humble about it, addressed the controversy. Say with the wig. Oh, it's a very simple thing. Hey, we tried it in a blonde wig. It didn't really look great. They didn't want to go with the direction. I tried out a few different ones, different styles of it. It didn't really work with my complexion. We went with the brown wig. I hope that's not too much of a detriment to make you not want to see the movie. All you had to say. You addressed it, you were humble about it, you were nice about it, and you said nice things to the audience like, "Oh, I hope you give it a shot." That's how man, I should be a PR firm for these people. All you have to do is just a few simple lines. But to say, "I just don't care." If I wouldn't value your opinion on most things in life, I can't value your opinion on my hair. What a smug bitch. Like, can you imagine being that smug and up your own ass? Like you're the side character in a movie and you're the daughter that died in the beginning of The Last of Us. You really don't have a historic Meryl Streep type career. And after something like this, again, you ain't the star. And with her original quotes that I pull up from the video from a year ago, she didn't sound like she really cared about this movie. She was just there, collecting a paycheck, it sounded like. And I've said this with a lot of roles you'll see in different movies, okay? A lot of movies have the built in excuse. That one character that you can use to have all the brunt of the blame on it. Any type of negative. It's like what Bella Ramsey in The Last of Us, okay? Every single solitary negative review and negative thing about the show is directed about her looks. everything. Doesn't matter what you say and what you criticize about the show. You can say, "Hey, I think it was really weird that they, had a whole episode dedicated to two gay guys living on a farm." The comments responses are, "Oh, you just don't like Bella Ramsey." It's like, okay, fine, you all suck. I'm fine with saying that. But this is what's going to be the built. That's why they hired her. That's why I honestly, truly believe they hired her. Is she the best actress in Hollywood? No. I honestly, actually, as I say that, I don't think I really am familiar with anything that she's done. But I sure as hell know she's not the best from the trailer of what I've seen of her so far in this movie. So, will the movie do well? Probably do well because from what I've seen, I think it was from the Independent of all places. It said it complained that the movie was like a shot-for-shot remake of the original. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I said this before. I would be the absolute worst, most boring director in Hollywood ever, especially if I'm directing a live action adaptation. Here's how I would go about directing the How to Train Your Dragon and Lilo and Stitch live action movies. I would just bring the writers in and all the people involved in the process of storyboard and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna watch the movie, and then we're just gonna do that. I would just pause. Like, all right, cool. Print the screen out. Perfect. All right, print the screen out. Because when you have gold, when you have perfection, you're adaptating. You don't need to change it up. You don't have to put your own modern spin on it at all. Just do it, and you're gonna get $1 billion. So the movie, it does look great because it looks like the movie, the animated movie, just live action. So you did that good. But oh no, 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 no. We got the one character here, Nico Parker. Every other casting looks, I mean, obviously some of the other kids though. I think some of them were a little bit questionable, especially with the twins. But you know what? I really don't. They're not ride or die with those anyway. You could have maybe race changed one of them if you were desperate to put someone of color in this movie. You could have just done that with the twins and gotten away with it. No one would have cared. But Asher was a good role. She was a very important character in the animated. So, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. Are her quotes going to torpedo this movie? We'll see. In the end, let me know what you guys think about that.